Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 4 with the World Ablaze mod. Is it better than Black Ice? Well, that's what we're trying to find out by playing it and comparing. We need to see about a national focus here. There is going to be maybe a 90-day delay, 3-month delay from, because this sets Danziger War. This sets a is it in here? Effect Danziger War. I don't know. Sets a delay that will keep us from pushing into where here, Western plans. It'll delay that. So we're going to wait on this until after doing this, just to make sure. We're going to wait for the war, I think, to do this. Well, hold on. Let's see. Let's look at our imports. Rubber, 40. Okay, so currently each one of these will produce 3 tires, 3 rubbers. Now we have push down here, and if we get a bonus, we might be able to push ahead here. Let's look at this. This will get +1 for every one there, so this and this. If we had this, that would get us, we would need 10 rubber. Okay. 6,000, 18,000. So each one of these, now they have made these a lot cheaper to build than the standard game, but these are 3 times the cost. 3 times the effing cost. Not that it shouldn't be. I'm not complaining about that, but that's just going to be a long building time. Ooh, not nice. Not nice at all indeed. Now, of course, we're going to be cut off from the far importations once we go to war anyways. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 9 10. Okay, well that would replace, now that's without any factor growth. Let's move the let's move this one back to the top. Those are almost done. Yes, I have several series on Kaiser Reich General Beta. You can check it out on my YouTube channel. One personal story about my family. I'm from the region of Transylvania that was given to Hungary. My grandfather was just after the Hungarian soldiers came in his village. He was shot and then ran across the border. He didn't do a good thing, but he doesn't hide it. Okay, I sort of got that. Yes, they have reworked the states as well. Turkey. I'm guessing you're talking about trading with Turkey. Are you? For rubber? Do they have turkey? Does turkey have rubber? I don't know what you're talking about on turkey then. I don't see it. No, I don't see turkey having rubber. Didn't think they did. Or were we just talking about something good to eat? Turkey's good. Yeah. Yeah. No rubber in turkey. I didn't think it did. Well, right now we have an excess because we sort of pushed that up. Okay, well, that's just 21 days. That is 35 days. So, military factories, well, right now, factories, unlike, which I like hard. No, Scappy, don't worry about it. Your bad English. I try to interpret what you're saying pretty well, but didn't do a good thing. But he doesn't hide it. I don't know that. But you know, it's good. I'd rather have you speak that way than just be quiet, because I do learn. Yeah, no. We could go into a lot on national justifications of why certain territory might or might not be belonging to a particular country or ethnic group. It's complicated, I think, is a good answer. There are definitely people that you might say that this might be more Hungarian, but then again, they might get territory that would be more Romanian. Yeah. Hey, Ari, good to have you here. So, what do we do? That's just going to be 35 days. We could hit this. Okay, don't worry about that for the moment. That's just 14 days. We want to hit, if we hit here, we want to hit here. So that's going to be 70 days. Because we need that extra rubber. And then we can hit, well, or 70 days. Okay, 60 days gets us to January, approximately. I'm just going 30 days a month. Even Caesar couldn't work it out better than that. You do know Julius Caesar gave us our current calendar. Why? Can someone tell me, without Googling it, why Julius Caesar is the person responsible for... Well, they did shift under the Gregorian calendar, which we currently use, but the Julian calendar sets it up. Why do we have... and the Greek Orthodox are still under the Julian calendar. Why does Caesar give us our current calendar? Someone without Googling. Hello, Vagilix 430. Because I'm looking at doing World War. What I'd like to do is a spring invasion of Poland and a summer invasion of France. The way, because this is done, is probably going to be more of a spring-fall invasion. Because he was amazing. No, well, he may have been amazing, but there's a specific reason why it was him. A very specific reason. Now, he also worked with some other people on it, I know, but I don't know their names right offhand, but there is a particular reason why. Okay. There's two types of calendars out there, generally speaking. I mean, we can always divide things up. There is a solar calendar and a lunar calendar. A lunar calendar bases the calendar on the moon and going through the phases of the moon. That's what the Roman calendar was. Now, what that does for you is, after a certain amount of time, it puts you out of sync. When you think it's supposed to be, say, spring, it's still winter, or vice versa. I don't quite know. And so what they had been doing, and it was up to one guy in Rome, the Pontifex Maximus, the head priest. His job, one of his jobs, was to periodically adjust the calendar, give like some month randomly, okay, this month there's going to be 45 days this month, to readjust the calendar back into sync with the solar calendar, the seasons, spring, summer, winter, fall. Solar calendar, 365 days, and it's actually, of course, 65 and a quarter day, quarter or third, whatever, to get around the sun. So he converts it because and it's an elected position. Julius Caesar is the Pontifex Maximus. And he wanted to get rid of it, and it was sort of something of a corruption. And I think at the time when he did it, it had been almost 10 years or something since they had done any sort of correction. So, hey, plant in July. That's when you plant, or plant in May. Well, hey, May, it's snowing outside because it's half a year out or something like that. It was really bad. So as Pontifex Maximus, and to get rid of the need to periodically, and since you paid things like rent on a monthly basis, not on a, like every 30 days, you paid rent every month. So if you had a month that was 45 days long, well, hey, you didn't pay you got more days out of that month versus, yes, you're right, all the Orthodox still use the Julian calendar. And so you could mess with people, and also money lending was often done on monthly. So you could mess with different things, either make a month shorter, make a month longer, however you wanted to do it as Pontifex Maximus. Well, he got together with some people, partially because of his stay down in Egypt with Cleopatra and the Ptolemies and the various work that they had done, figured out a solar calendar. Not all. Okay, you used not all Romania is Orthodox, and we don't use. Well, I'm thinking of places like Greece and the Orthodox churches. Somewhat near where I live, there's an Orthodox church, and they do a New Year's thing on the Julian calendar. So it's not so much the countries as the church, is my understanding, uses the Julian calendar and whatnot. And they may very well have succumbed to the Gregorian calendar. But religiously, they still celebrate Christmas on the 25th on the Julian calendar, and not celebrate the Christmas on the 25th of the Gregorian calendar. At least that's here, because they do Christmas on celebrations on the Julian calendar and not the Gregorian. Now, it was Pope Gregory the whatever, I think, is the one Ari can maybe... hey, Ari, isn't it Pope Gregory? Which Pope Gregory that sets up the Julian calendar, or the Gregorian calendar? You're the Pope expert around here. Do some quick Googling and make yourself look smart. The Romanian Orthodox Churches uses the Julian calendar. They changed in 19... Okay. I know the Crusader popes. How are you saying it's not a Crusader pope? Huh? Pope Gregory. Which Pope Gregory is doing the Julian or the Gregorian calendar? And when hasn't there been a crusade going on? They were doing crusades into North and South America, the Jesuits and whatnot. You need to expand your horizons there, Ari. So he sets up, because of the Ptolemies had come up with a good solar calendar, sets up a sort of fixed calendar, including leap year, the 1 day added. And so he adds a few extra days to a few months, reduces days by a day or two to sort of accommodate things. Doesn't use Romanian Orthodox doesn't use the Julian calendar. They changed to 1925. Okay, interesting, Scappy. I know because it's a Greek Orthodox church that's not quite round the corner, but it's within a mile or so of where I live, and they do things on the Julian. Though, of course, I'm sure all the people that attend here celebrate Christmas on the 25th, but do the religious celebrations on the 25th of the Gregorian. But okay, so yeah, that's why Caesar is the one that does the calendar now. I don't know how we got into that right at this moment. We were figuring out 60 days puts us approximately 30-day month, gets us into this. Then we can see about maybe 14 days into that, and then we can see about maybe that, or maybe integrate that first. Okay, so I guess now is, well, we're gonna do that. Okay, this doesn't affect trading with Sweden, I guess. If that's correct, I don't see a little Swedish flag there. So we can do this first, and this. Yeah, let's do this first. 14 days. Okay, we have 6 more divisions here. Yay, more divisions. I think we probably we're strong enough to take there. Let's form a new army. Find a division or army commander. There we go. Let's move you to that side of the river over there. Let's speed this up a little bit. Now let's look at trade, steel. Okay, we don't really need to use Swedish steel at the moment. Sweden here, though. What we're going to do here is that and up this. Get more that from Sweden. More tungsten. We need to make sure we continue with this. Yeah, we'll integrate Romania. Okay. It looks like we're moving most of our air fleet. So we declared war on the Republic of Finland. That is something they should fix in the mod. It looks like all these units are upgraded to better fighters. That's nice. I know I'm messing with things by starting late, but whatever. Okay. Okay, Republic of Finland rejects Soviet demands. Yes, yes, we know. Okay, yeah, this is just 20 days. Yeah, we'll do that. Recon company, very good. That will reduce the width of some of those units. Let me do that. Oh, we need to do up here first. Oh, that's right. Okay. Air attack. Or plus 10% air attack. Plus 100% heart attack. For that, reducing that down. Yeah, we won't spend. We'll just do that. Now, how are we doing? Oh, we want to come over here and let's see if we were to add support anti-air. Okay. Oh, good. We have maybe not exactly enough. I don't know, but mostly enough, I guess. Which we'll add to that. And yeah, we'll do that. We'll just sort of heavy firepower into them. There we go. Combat we could go up to 30. That sounds like a plan. Just did a bit of research. The Romanian Orthodox Church uses a revised Julian calendar like the Greek Church and the Bulgarian Church. The Russian Church and the churches under it does use the Julian calendar. Very interesting. Thank you. Harry still hasn't done his research yet to come off and tell me what Pope Gregory and when did they change it. Kingdom of Romania, Saints Bessarabia, yes, yes. Okay, now you're integrated, and we have that. Okay, so we still want to get that when we can. They're not yet in a faction with us. So we're going to come here for autarky. Also, the other thing is research excavation bonuses would have been nice earlier on. Okay. Oh, there's Airy coming up with it. Okay. And copying paste, I'm presuming, not sure, but is it perfect? The reason for the reform was that the average length of the year in the Julian calendar was too long. It treated each year as 365 days, 6 hours in length, whereas the calculation showed that the actual length of the year was slightly less, 305 hours and 49 minutes. As a result, the date of the vernal equinox had slowly, over the course of 13 centuries, slipped from March 10th, while the computer's calculation of the date of Easter still followed the traditional date of March 21st. Very good. Thank you, Ari. Thank you, thank you. I quite honestly had no idea. But also which pope and when. If you could supply that, that would be cool. Ari, split the Church of Romania, Greece, and Bulgaria. They're called Old Calendar Churches. Oh, okay. Old Calendar Churches. That's interesting. Because I know that there's some, in the 18th century, some conflict of research, people writing at the same time using Julian and Gregorian calendars, and I'm not quite sure whether they were in the same area or not. So you have to sort of kind of figure out, people writing, we're talking about just people writing letters and whatnot, dating them, not like official government. Trying to figure out what date they really meant is a bit of a challenge at times, to find out about stuff like that. When they talk about, oh, hey, the army showed up here on the 3rd of August. Yeah, but which calendar? Kind of thing. Kingdom of Romania accepts economic integration, so we and they both get more military factories. Yay. Okay, we're going to move you to the oust F, and we're going to move you to the Emil, which maybe we should have done that earlier. We also have there already at the Emil. Okay, that's why we moved one to the Emil. And there we go. See, to me, history is just fascinating. I'm trying to get to the whys and its effects. The only difference between the old calendar churches and the new calendar churches is that Christmas and New Year is different. That is all Easter, and everything else is the same. Okay, very interesting, Scappy. I am not familiar with the Orthodox Church really at all. I mean, I know it exists. Whatnot. Okay, yep, no, those are way too. Phil Gregory introduced October 1582. Okay, thank you. Pope Gregory the 13th. So that would be 16th century. Let's, I guess. I was sort of hoping to get to the war, but partially my talking, but also just gameplay. I'm not zipping through it as fast as I could, but we are going at a decent pace. Okay, JU-57B2. Let's sort of guard our coast back here a little bit more. Don't know if they're going to invade us, but making sure we have a couple of the major ports would be nice.
Angetreten. Ausrücken. Zuhören. Ausrücken.
I'm a new calendar, a new Orthodox, and I can. Okay. New calendar Orthodox, yeah. Interesting. Now, are most people in Romania Orthodox, or most people Catholic in Romania that are religious? Or is there much of a Catholic church at all in Romania? I just don't know. And Scappi, remember, I grew up in the time of the Cold War. I'm a bit older than, I'm guessing, most of you. So Romania is one of those sort of mysterious countries behind the Iron Curtain to me, you know, where we had ready access to Greece and Italy and even sort of Turkey, but Romania, Bulgaria, Yugoslavia, Hungary, Poland, they were all 82% Orthodox. Okay, cool. Interesting to know. And so I'm trying to learn more. And talking to people like you is how one of the ways I learn. Okay, more research here. That's right, we just got the new Stukas. Well, I think that's going to be it for our current. Well, yeah. Okay, that's good. Okay, tactics, flying, mission support efficiency, agility would be nice. Air superiority, so let's push down this path. Because as I think I was saying before, maybe you were here, I've sort of learned that Romania's sort of language and, you know, written and verbal is sort of odd or different Latin. And that's something I didn't know, how much Catholics are in the Hungarian minority. Okay, that's interesting, because I did know that Hungary is largely a Catholic country, and I do, of course, know that, if you will, in broad terms, Croats in Yugoslavia, or in former Yugoslavia or whatever, are the Catholics, and the Serbs are the Orthodox, as being the sort of big defining. And now straight to IG Farb in 35 days, because we are going to probably have a shortage, if we don't already, yes, in rubber. Massive shortage in rubber. Massive shortage in rubber. Okay, we can come to the 35T, and that's a light tank. Interesting, okay. And 110's great. Let's look over here. Okay, now, well, when we get the IG Farben, we might push ahead on this a little bit sooner to get that extra factory in there. Yeah, we'll reduce bomb damage. Look if any, okay, they've got a piece, white piece, or sort of, okay. Yeah, I'm sure that nothing is universal there, that there's a few on either side. But at least I want to try to know the general trends, how things are generally done. And Romania is just one of those. United Kingdom, I don't know if that, well, that doesn't matter anymore. Okay, this, no, it's events. This doesn't matter to us anymore because we cannot trade with the Dutch anymore because of autarky. Worsen the economy, yeah, whatever. Okay, we're no longer Spanish Civil War commitments. Took a while to come off there, okay. So now we are in January, we are getting our IG Farben. How are we doing for demand? Okay, yes, great. Okay, well, we're coming through on some of this a bit. Okay. Okay, excellent, excellent. Yes, I'm from California, the general Los Angeles area in the United States. Okay, we can improve or change or infantry expert. That will be an important one. So we want 10% division attack and 15% division defense. Close support, air superiority plus 10%. Yep, we'll do that. Okay, well, we don't have resources for things. Oh, we wanted to change this now over to this. Just might as well, even though we're producing none because we don't have any of the resource. We're going to change this over to that. We still have a bit of a production problem. I guess we can change this. Okay, yeah, we might as well do that. Well, that was a bigger hit than I thought we were going to take. Oh well. Okay. I said I'm from Romania, Transfer City of. Yes, isn't it? Yeah, here. Cool. Nice to know. I do like to know where my viewers are from. Most of the people I've vaguely known on the web are from like Bucharest area kind of thing. More in the big city, as it were. Okay, production. Well, once we can, we'll do that. We're still producing through this. We are getting IG Farben, which will. Okay, so just before this comes, 3 days left, I want to look at this. We're down by 42. We needed rubber. And for research, we are not doing any rubber research, but hopefully once we get IG Farben, we can do this, and that's 291 days, which will give us one more per. Okay, the province of Romania, not the country. Okay, you're I guess guessing over here. Cool. Very interesting. I'm really fascinated by the diverse viewing audience on my channel and trying to learn different people's perspectives. Okay, so now let's go for another day here. And it was 42. I do remember that. Okay, now we're just down by 33. Now, I don't think we have time. Okay, yes, we can do both of these if we want, but I don't know that we have time to sort of kick off the war when we want to. Okay, February. April. No, I think we do. I think we're going to do this. Yep, we're going to invest in IG Farben. More so. Yes, I'm counting on all those coming onto the line to help. Now on research, once we have something here, okay, we'll have 100% bonus. We will probably do this also next, and then maybe that. Very south. Okay. Oh, here. Okay, cool. Michael, HE111, sort of the basic good model. Not that this isn't better, but it's sort of the early, well, sort of some of the early models. I like the Heinkel 111. Okay, so we can do this now. 194 days. Takes a while, but we'll get it going. Because we also want to expand production, not just meet the production needs of now. And again, if you haven't already, you can follow me on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube. Everybody out there who may be watching. If you like to hear me rant on about history at inappropriate times. I don't know what Toyjet is coughing about, but okay, so got that going. Build more capital ships. No, we have enough steel and tungsten problems as is. Okay, we could do this. Joint planning, organization +5. We can now come over here. These are mutually exclusive. Ordered by task, recovery rate, planning speed, reinforcement rate, max planning. I'd rather have recovery speed, I think. The Bolsheviks just killed Skorzeny. I don't know what you're talking about there. Protectors will be is automatically a thing. Yeah, unfortunately is. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Oh, you sent him to Stalingrad. Why'd you send Skorzeny to Stalingrad? What if you need to rescue Mussolini? How will you get Mussolini rescued? I guess we could do that. That will become useful in time. Yeah, that would be good too. Things often don't seem to go well with you, Toyjet. I'm becoming more and more assured that I don't want to have you as in a leadership position. Scorzini, I know that's his last name. He was an Austrian. Didn't think very kindly of Italians. I know that. I'm talking about Hearts of Iron 4 Black Ice OCB. And I'm asking, is it better? Because we've yet to play enough to say for sure one way or another by any means. But it could be. So, yeah, I'm comparing Hearts of Iron 4 Black Ice with Hearts of Iron 4 World Ablaze is what I'm comparing to. Have you been listening to enemies? You probably didn't want an early World War II game when someone supports Czechoslovakia world. Yeah, well, no, they do it through. You do it through national focuses, and they're trying to make as historical as possible game. So this is because it was a protectorate. It wasn't a Reichskommissariat. Big deal about the names differences. That's not what I'm arguing over. What I'm sort of arguing over is when we come to managing our subjects, we look here, and we see they have these focuses. They're freaking spending time doing air techs. Oh, well, now they've done this. That's cool. That's definitely expanded them. But all this whole thing and the idea that their production techs, because although they give us some factories because they're under us, is just not as good. And to get their iron or their steel out of them, we have to trade with them. Because we are trading for Reichskommissariat, steel from them. I just don't agree with it. It's not the worst solution. It's not entirely incorrect, but I think it's better that it's just integrated straight into Germany in game terms. You can still have the idea of theory that exists, but yeah. Yeah, OCB. Look, I really like Strategic Command World War II, the war in Europe or the global one. I really like that. I like better War Plan. Now that's just a European focused game. I really like even better War Plan. I like it. I enjoy playing it. Hearts of Iron 3 Black Ice with all of the sub-mods, I really love. I think that is the best game out there. I actually really I have problems with, I really like Hearts of Iron 4. The idea that you're producing equipment, and then you train units. I could go on a lot of really good things about Hearts of Iron 4. There is no one game that means I'm not going to play the others. None of them are there yet. Strategic Command, in my opinion, actually plays best as Strategic Command World War One. I love that game. That it plays just its sort of scale and its mechanics. It lends itself best to World War One over World War Two. Because some of the change-ups for War Plan. So I'm trying to compare grand strategy games. I mean, hey, I enjoy playing Axis and Allies. You may see a short series. I plan on doing some more. I want to do a multiplayer, two-person player Axis and Allies game. It's a fun game. Obviously, it's a sort of grand strategy game, but it's just freaking Axis and Allies. It doesn't scratch the itch that this kind of stuff scratches for me. War Plan, because of some of the things, it lends itself better than Strategic Command at that scale for World War II than Strategic Command. Yeah, I know there's other games out there like World in Flames. It's a great game, but it's only multiplayer. It doesn't have a single player option. I think the AI for like strategic command is more challenging. That's a simpler game. Is more challenging than the AI for at least standard Hearts of Iron 4. So you get all these different sort of things out there that I can't just jump into one and go, this is it, I'm done. I'm only playing that. Skorzeny is a Slavic name. If he's from Austria, most likely he is from the Slovenian minority there. Yeah, I'm not quite sure exactly where in Austria. I know he doesn't think highly of Italian soldiers. Not that he hates Italians. I don't think anything like that. I don't know, but I don't think he hates them. He doesn't have a very high opinion of Italians in a military sense. A lot of Austrians are generically Czechs during Habsburg occupation. Okay, Habsburg occupation of Czech Kingdom. There was a massive migration to Vienna and rich parts. Funny part is that these ex-Czechs tried their hard to be more Austrian than the Austrians and discredit Czechs living in Czechoslovakia basin. Okay, that's very interesting. And see, I personally am a culturalist. I am not a racist. I judge individuals are individuals. But when I'm looking at large groups of people, I look at their culture. And so what Raghar Delshi is saying is they became Germans, maybe not genetically Germans, maybe, depending on who they're having sex with, but they became very German in their outlook and their attitudes, these former Czechs, or maybe I should say former Bohemians or Moravians, as when they came, because there was yet to be a Czech identity as far as I know it, because I when I am reading back, especially during the Winter Kingdom, they call themselves Bohemians at that time. And the Winter Queen, who was the Winter Queen? Sounds like something out of C.S. Lewis, but there was a Winter Queen of Bohemia. So yeah, and so people do migrate to areas of power, areas of economic opportunity. Okay, how are we doing here? Okay, we're getting ready. Issue more oil contracts. Okay, that is, 3 days away. Currently, we are in a deficit of 33. We are currently building a bunch. That is how many days away here? Okay, April 8th. Okay, not 20 some days or whatever. Yeah, and I could talk about, well, he had a queen. The Winter King had a queen. Oh, you've gotten the whole story. It's, oh yes, the Winter Queen, the Winter King. Bohemia. Yes, okay, we just got that. We may do coal liquefaction, which adds 14 oil production. Yes, that would be nice. But we're on a bit of a time crunch here now. Okay, 35 days. So April, okay, April 30th or so. Yeah, let's just save this here before we start that. I'm guessing Raghar Delshi is Czech, but I'm not sure, just from his interest in knowledge. Maybe you've said before, I don't remember if you have. And I would say the Winter Queen is as much interesting and responsible for the Winter Kingdom as anybody else as well. Okay. Yeah, I think here is the time to end this episode. So I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks for liking the video. If you haven't already, please subscribe, follow, whatnot. You can post questions, comments below. Liking the video helps, and also really helps if you share this video on some other social media platform than YouTube or Twitch or whatever. Just share out. It really, really helps. Thanks for those who do so. See you next time for more, yes, more Hearts of Iron.